Hello everyone, welcome to first lecture on beta and gamma function. In this lecture, we are going to discuss firstly the definition of gamma function and then some example based on gamma function. And this topic is very important because this is the specially application based topic. To solve the integration, we get easily by using beta and gamma function. Some integrals are not possible to solve by using our direct integration formula. That time we are take the help of beta and gamma function definition. Here suppose I write one example. Suppose we have given integration 0 to infinity e raised to power minus x raised to power minus 1 by 2 dx. Here this integration, if we try to solve this type of integration by using integration by parts, then maybe it is possible, but it not get easily. So by definition of gamma, it is the gamma of 1 by 2 and answer of gamma 1 by 2 is under root of pi. That means within a second you get the answer by using definition of gamma function. In this way, to solve the integration, we are use beta and gamma function, and it is an application part. So most of the time we are in the engineering problem solve the integration. That time it is not possible to use every time regular formulas. So that time we use this type of definition of beta and gamma function. First we discuss definition of gamma function. Gamma of n is denoted by gamma of n by this notation, and it is defined as integral 0 to infinity e raised to power minus x raised to power n minus 1 dx. Here n is real number and it is greater than 0, strictly greater than 0. That if we replace n by n plus 1, then we get here gamma n plus 1 is equals to integral 0 to infinity e raised to power minus x raised to power n dx. तो ये हमारे पास में गामा की डेफिनेशन, गामा ऑफ n, और सेकेंड गामा ऑफ n प्लस 1. तो एज पर आवर क्वेश्चन हम इन डेफिनेशंस को यूज़ करके एग्जाम्पल सॉल्व करते हैं. तो हियर वी टेक फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल. इफ यू वांट टू फाइंड वैल्यू ऑफ गामा ऑफ 1, तो बाय डेफिनेशन हियर गामा ऑफ n, दैट मीन्स n इक्वल्स टू हियर 1. तो हियर n इक्वल्स टू 1 अगर हम डेफिनेशन ऑफ गामा फंक्शन में पुट करते हैं तो वी गेट इंटीग्रल 0 टू इन्फिनिटी ई रेज टू पावर माइनस एक्स रेज टू पावर 1 माइनस 1 इंटू डी एक्स. हियर एक्स रेज टू पावर 0 is 1, that means it is integral 0 to infinity e raised to power minus x dx. And we know that how to solve this integration. We use the formula integration of e raised to power x dx is equals to e raised to power ax divided by a. By using this integration formula, here integration of this term is e raised to power minus x divided by minus 1, and limit is 0 to infinity. Now here if we take this minus sign out, and it is simply e raised to power minus x integral 0 to infinity. Put upper limit minus of lower limit. If we put upper limit, that is infinity instead of x, so here it is e raised to power minus infinity minus e raised to power 0 is 1. But here e raised to power minus infinity is equals to 0. Actually infinity is not any value. It is if we want to simplify this term, we have to take limit extends to infinity e raised to power minus x, and the limit extends to infinity e raised to power minus x is 0. Here we are putting upper limit, but actually it is not putting the value of upper limit. It is just like as if we want to put upper limit, that means we are taking limit extends to infinity e raised to power minus x, and the value of this term is 0. So here this term is 0 and remaining is minus of minus 1 and value is 1. So the value of gamma 1 is 1. So if in any example, if we get gamma of 1, then we directly put gamma 1 equals to 1. Same way, here the gamma of 1 by 2 is equals to under root of pi. Now to find the other values of gamma, that is gamma of 4, gamma of 5, for that we use the simple properties of gamma function. By using the properties, we will get easily the values of gamma of term. So one by one we discuss the properties. Here the first property is gamma of n plus 1 is equals to n gamma n. This property is also called reduction formula for gamma function. Now the proof of this statement is, so we know the definition of gamma function is gamma of n is equals to integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. Here we want to simplify for n plus 1. So here for n plus 1, definition of gamma function is, it is integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus x raised to the power n dx. Here if we use integration by parts, then by using integration by parts, here the integration of this term is x raised to the power n as it is, integration of e raised to the power minus x, it is e raised to the power minus x divided by minus 1 minus integration of integral 0 to infinity integration of e raised to the power minus x. So integration of e raised to the power minus x is e raised to the power minus x divided by minus 1 derivative of x raised to the power n. It is n x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. Here this term is outside the integration, so we have to put upper limit minus lower limit in this term and this integration. Now put upper limit minus of lower limit in first term. So here if we put upper limit, then we get e raised to the power minus infinity, and value of e raised to the power minus infinity is 0. So the whole term is 0 for upper limit. Minus of lower limit, so here if we put x equals to 0, then here it is 0 in multiplication, that means again for lower limit it is 0. So the for upper limit minus of lower limit, this term is 0 minus, here if we take this minus sign out, then it become plus, and this n is constant, so again we take n constant outside the integration, so remaining term is plus n integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. Here this integral is nothing but the definition of gamma function. See here, gamma of n is equals to integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. So it is a gamma of n, and this is the definition of gamma function. So here we write it is n gamma n. This is the proof of our first property. Now we use this property and solve some example. Here I take the first example, gamma of 3. By using the property, here I write this 3 is nothing but 2 plus 1. So if we compare this term with the gamma of n plus 1, then it will be clear that n equals to 2. And by property says it is, we have to write n gamma n. Here n is our 2. So we take 2 gamma 2, and we know that gamma is representing the integration, and we want to solve this term. That means we have to solve the integration and completely find the term without contain any integration. That means we have to simplify the whole integration. So right, this 2 is nothing but 1 plus 1. Again use the same property. Here n is our 1, n plus 1, so here 1 plus 1, that means n equals to 1. So by above property it is 1 into gamma of 1, but we know the value of gamma 1 is 1, so the answer of this gamma of 3 is equals to 2. Same way, if we want to find gamma of 5, then again 5 we can write 4 plus 1. So here 4 gamma of 4. 4 is nothing but 3 plus 1. So it is gamma of 4 into 3 gamma of. So it is 4 into 3 gamma of 3. 3 is we can write 2 plus 1. So in the next term it is 4 into 3 into 2 gamma of 2. One by one we are reducing the integer, and here 2 we can write 1 gamma of 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, that is 1 gamma of 1. Here gamma of 1 is 1. So the value is 4 factorial, that is nothing but 24. Using the same property, if we want to find the value of gamma of 5 by 2, then how to solve? Here, if we use this same property, in the previous example, if we want to find gamma of 5, then we are writing this 5 as a 4 plus 1. And by property, n is 4, so we write 4 gamma of 4. In this way, we are solving for integer term. Now here, this term is in negative term. If we add this in this term, plus 1 minus 1, that means if we write this term as a minus 7 by 2 plus 1, then here it is ultimately minus 5 by 2, and by property it is minus 7 by 2 gamma of minus 7 by 2. So ultimately the value in gamma is increasing and it contains negative sign. So gamma is not solved for negative term. We know that in the definition of gamma function we write n is strictly greater than 0. That means if we are using in this way this property, then it is not possible to solve. Then how to solve this type of term? So here I will tell you the some trick, that is if n is integer, that is positive integers, especially n is positive integer, then we use gamma of n plus 1 is equals to n gamma n, this property. But if n is not integer and it is negative, then same property we use in this format, that is gamma n is equals to gamma of n plus 1 divided by n. What will happen? Here the n is negative, then we are adding 1, that means negative plus 1. So this quantity will be reduced, and after some using this same property continuously, then this integer will be this term will be reduces, and lastly we get gamma of 1 by 2, and we know the value of gamma 1 by 2. In this term we have to use this term, we have to use gamma of 1 by 2 is under root of pi. This is the standard value of gamma 1 by 2 is equals to under root of pi. Now this property if we use here, then here gamma of n is equals to gamma of n plus 1 divided by n, and in this term n is our minus 5 by 2, so we write gamma of minus 5 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 5 by 2. Now here add 1, then it is gamma of minus 3 by 2 divided by minus 5 by 2. Again use this same property for gamma of minus 3 by 2. So here this term we write minus 2 by 5 as it is, and for this term if you use the property, then it is n is minus 3 by 2. So gamma of minus 3 by 2 is equals to gamma of n plus 1 divided by n. So it is minus 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 3 by 2. Now here if we simplify this term, this is minus 5 by 2 as it is, and this term we write again minus 2 by 3, it is gamma of minus 1 by 2. Now again we have to use the same property, then it is minus 2 by 5 as it is, minus 2 by 3 as it is, and here n is minus 1 by 2, so minus 1 by 2 n plus 1, here minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2, and here therefore minus 2 by 5 minus 2 by 3 minus 2 by 1 into gamma of 1 by 2, and the value of gamma 1 by 2 is under root of pi. That means complete answer is 8. Here it is minus minus, so minus 8 divided by 15 under root of pi. Same way we can find the gamma of minus 9 by 2. Here gamma of minus 9 by 2, again we have to use gamma of n is equals to gamma of n plus 1 divided by n. That means by using the property gamma of minus 9 by 2 is equals to gamma of minus 9 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 9 by 2, and gamma minus 9 by 2 plus 1 is gamma of minus 7 by 2. So here it is gamma of minus 7 by 2 divided by minus 9 by 2, and this term is, we can write gamma of minus 7 by 2 divided by minus 9 by 2, and this term we can write it is minus 2 by 9 gamma of minus 7 by 2. Again use the same property. You try this, you try yourself. I will write here directly. You can write it is minus 2 by 9, it is minus 2 by 7, again we are adding 1, then we get 5 minus 5 by 2. For minus 5 by 2, here we get, for minus 5 by 2 we write it is minus 2 by 5, and minus 5 by 2 if we add plus 1 then it is minus 3 by 2. So for minus 3 by 2 it is minus 2 by 3. If we add 1 in minus 3 by 2 then it is minus 1 by 2. So next term is minus 2 by 1, and again if we add 1 in gamma of minus 1 by 2 then it is gamma of 1 by 2, and value of gamma 1 by 2 is under root of pi. So the final answer for this term is minus. And try this question stepwise and check whether it is correct or not.
Thank you. Like, share and subscribe.